Welcome to the update. I'm Eleanor Quirk. Goods coming in and out of Australia have been ground to a halt after a cyber attack on a major port operator. Federal police are investigating the attack on DP World, which manages container terminals in Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane and Fremantle. It means freight can be unloaded but can't leave the dock. Services are expected to be disrupted for days. Investigations are continuing into how 2 toddlers died inside a parked car in remote Queensland. The boys aged 2 and 3 were found hours apart in the same car, with early investigations indicating the boys became trapped and died as a result of the heat. Central Region Crime Coordinator Darren Shadlow says they will be looking at every possibility.
We will examine the vehicle meticulously in relation to the locks on the doors, all of that kind of thing. It's not a used vehicle, so there was no electronics for the windows or anything like that.
Police are ramping up patrols as protests over the Middle East conflict continue in major cities across the country, and the Greens are renewing their push for the federal government to introduce a freeze on rent increases for at least 2 years. It comes as the number of available rentals reaches record lows across the country.
People just can't afford to keep a roof over their head in many places, and millions of renters are in rental stress and finding themselves one unfair rent increase away from eviction.
Greens leader Adam Bant there. Sport and entertainment are next. To sport, and Australia enters its Cricket World Cup semi-final against South Africa in form after chasing down a target of 307 in the 45th over to defeat Bangladesh. Steve Smith and David Warner both scored half-centuries, while Mitch Marsh was unbeaten on 177.
It's great to be able to score 100 in a winning team. I started at negative 50 after my bowling, so had to get a few back. But yeah, it's anytime you score 100 for Australia, it's always a great feeling, and we're obviously really excited about what lies ahead for us.
Entertainment, and Margot Robbie has delighted fellow diners in Sydney, shouting the entire Coogee restaurant to a round of gin cocktails. And Taylor Swift has wasted no time in rescheduling a concert after Swifties in Argentina were left disappointed when bad weather forced the cancellation of a show. The concert to go ahead just 2 days after it was called off. And that's the latest from the Nova podcast team. We'll see you again soon for another episode of The Update.